Hi, thank you for joining us at the Get Actionable Insights for your digital business breakout session. I'm Abel Gonzalez.
And I'm Jina Na, and we hope you enjoyed the keynote thus far.
Before we get started, let's just go through our safe harbor statement, since we're going to be talking about new features that are going to be launching in the next few months.
As discussed in today's keynote, organizations are competing on a new landscape today that is of digital experiences. But unfortunately, what we're seeing is that the majority of companies are failing to meet the new bar of user expectations. In fact, 84% of customers experience problems with digital services. It's unsurprising when you look at application environments and how complex they are. From the front end to the back end architecture, there's likely relentless code releases. You're running multiple versions of your application. There may be third-party services running on a myriad of legacy technologies, as well as highly distributed multi-cloud infrastructures. And all of these pieces have to work in concert in order to deliver excellent end-user experiences that delights. And managing these heterogeneous applications is complex to say the least. And if you aren't able to effectively manage that complexity, there's a lot at stake. Today, poor performance and experiences mean impact to the business. 40% of users are abandoning a page if it takes longer than 3 seconds to load. That's lost revenue potentially. Then, those displeased users can write a negative review, each of which may cause you to lose 30 more customers. Not only is it lost revenue and brand damage, though, poor application performance can also drag down your operational efficiency. 85% of organizations are having to engage more than 6 different people to resolve one known issue. In addition, 78% of lost productivity costs the business more than $700 billion a year. So when the application doesn't perform and deliver stellar experiences, you not only lose the experience battle, but you're also losing business in conversions, in revenue, and in loyalty.
So how can AppDynamics help deliver those experiences? We have end-to-end visibility with full-stack correlation that allows you to understand your customer's experience, correlate to the back end of your application, and then extract information to monitor your business outcomes as your application is performing. First, let's see how you can better understand the customer experience. With visibility into the user's digital experience, you're able to analyze the experience by device, by browser, by location, as well as monitor front-end resource performance such as images, third-party content, and app quality. AppDynamics offers multiple ways to monitor the experience of end users. With AppDynamics Real User Monitoring, we can instrument the browser to visualize how the users are interacting with a browser-based application. We also provide an SDK that allows you to incorporate real user monitoring into your mobile devices and extract information from there. We also have the ability to run synthetic transactions, giving you a testing bed where you can see how your user's experience is without having the need to have users present on your application. As part of our tools to enable you to better understand the experience, we are happy to announce the new Experience Journey Map that aggregates and displays user journeys throughout the entire application in real time. It also overlays business performance as well, so you can visualize abandonment as it relates to the customer's experience as they go through each step of their journey. You can highlight critical issues that might be impacting your overall conversion or business outcomes. Additionally, we're also announcing the Resource Performance View that allows you to visualize the performance of your front end and how it's impacting your users. It allows you to look at resources that are slow, pages that are too big, and how those are impacting that user experience.
Now that Abel's explained how we provide that visibility into the front-end experience with our end-user monitoring, let's talk about how AppDynamics provides visibility into your back-end performance diagnostics. First of all, with the business transaction, we're providing an application-centric lens that looks at how each request moves through an ever more complex application architecture. This is a concept that's unique to AppDynamics and we've always had in our solution. This means you can monitor an application holistically from a technical perspective, but also monitor how every step that is important to a user experience and business outcome is performing. So, say for example, you're a bank and have a mobile application. AppDynamics automatically provides visibility into transactions such as login, balance summary, check rewards, confirm rewards. The beauty of this approach to monitoring is that no matter how complex your environment is, the business transactions let you see how your applications are performing in the way that your end users are interacting with your application. Now, let's talk about another critical component of AppDynamics, which is data visualization through custom dashboards. Traditionally, IT teams are collecting an overwhelming volume of data, and they're really struggling to derive strategic insights from that data. Now, with Dash Studio, we're here to change that. Built with ease of use in mind, Dash Studio makes it easier than ever before to build custom dashboards that surface strategic information. For example, take the new dashboard editor that's designed like a common design tool, like PowerPoint. You can simply drag and drop common data widgets in order to visualize key performance data such as errors per minute or response time. You can even customize visual settings. In addition, getting the data you want shouldn't be so difficult as to involve a developer. With simplified querying, getting the right data is just like building a sentence with Dash Studio. And finally, knowing that dashboards and your information needs change all the time, Dash Studio has reusable components in order to support your efficiency and so that you can collaborate off your dashboards more meaningfully moving forward.
Now taking it full circle, now that we know how the front end is performing and how the back end is performing, we can use that same business transaction to then interrogate it and extract business information that we can then visualize alongside the application and the front end performance. There are multiple use cases for business outcome monitoring. In this case, you're looking at a conversion funnel where not only is the end user response time and app response time being baselined, but also the business KPIs are also being baselined. By using our business correlation, you can see the actual impact that your application or end user response time has on your business. Additionally, AppDynamics is querying the business transactions in real time to extract the business KPIs. When you see them in the dashboard, they're presented in real time, so you can look at the health of your business as you're also looking at the health of your application. So this all sounds nice and fun, but now let's go look at it how it actually works in real life.
Welcome to the world of NextGen Financial, a banking application. We're looking at one of the business dashboards that Abel's mentioned earlier. To help orient you, and a couple things to point out. Look at these top-line business KPIs that indicate the business health of NextGen Financial's banking application. You'll notice you can see the total amount of insurance quotes that are being generated, as well as the amount of dollars in loans that have been approved, and even such information as bill payments. Right below that, you can see these business transactions that I walked you through earlier and how we're able to see the health of each one of these applications that end users are taking in NextGen Financial as it correlates to these key metrics that indicate performance. We see here that performance is degrading a little bit here in the quote business transaction as well as apply discounts. Let's take a look at what's going on in the apply discount business transaction. Now we're in Dash Studio. Let's begin investigating further what might be going wrong with NextGen Financial and at that apply discounts business transaction. Here we're looking at some critical performance data for NextGen Financial. In this widget, we're noticing the response time for the apply discounts business transaction, as well as you're able to see the number of health errors occurring at the apply discounts transaction and other key performance data. I'm curious though, given that we're noticing that there might be an issue at the apply discounts BT, let's see how this performance contrasts with a different time range. Using the widget properties panel, I can easily change the data that I'm seeing here, using the compare time range feature. Looking at the last hour, 2 hours, you can see that performance is definitely abnormal than other time ranges. You'll notice the changes were visualized automatically, and with a one-click view mode, we can see this dashboard now and take away all the editing controls. You can clearly see that response time is higher than normal, so let's further investigate what might be going wrong.
So now that we're back in their business dashboard, we see that insurance quotes is not performing as it usually does. The quotes and business transaction has a lower load than we would expect. Let's go and see why that's the case. To continue troubleshooting this issue, let's go into the User Experience tab and select Next Gen Financial from our controller. We're going to be using the Experience Journey Maps to look at how the users are navigating throughout the application. Here we have our pricing, our loan, and then our quote path, where we're seeing that the apply discounts is one of those steps that users are seeing and is currently having slow performance, and this is why we're seeing the drop-off. The Experience Journey Map allows us to aggregate all of the user sessions within the application and then display them in real time. So what you're seeing is every single user that is transacting through the application, going through and looking at the performance. Additionally, we're able to visualize any JavaScript errors or AJAX errors within these paths. When looking at mobile applications, we're able to also see application crashes, as well as application not responding errors as well. In the visualization, you see these lines where users are navigating through. The size of the lines indicate what percentage of user traffic is moving through each one of these steps, and they branch out to indicate where the users are navigating. Additionally, we're able to see for each one of these steps or pages where users are coming in from and where users are going out to, and we're able to show these in a very visual way throughout this experience journey map. Now that we have identified the slowness in the apply discount steps, we can use the new resource performance view to make a determination whether or not the problem is related to the front end or on the back end. Again, giving you that full stack visibility across the entire application. Using the resource performance view, we can get a snapshot of how our front end is performing for the next gen financial application. We see that the applied discounts might be having a very high page load time because of its size, and we can also visualize what types of content are being served across the application. With Resource Performance View, we can have a dashboard on all of our front-end resources. Here we see the top 5 common resources, top 5 slowest pages, and top 5 largest pages. The resource performance also allows us to set violation thresholds either on load time or page size, allowing you to control how big your pages are, ensuring that your users are getting a good experience as they navigate throughout your site. In the Resources tab, we have the ability to also trend and graph the performance of each one of those resources across time. We're able to dynamically add criteria so that we can focus on a specific domain, for example, or we can focus on a specific page, allowing us to trend it over time and set reports to manage our third-party content as well. Let's go and look at each one of these pages. I'm going to hone in on the apply discounts page to see what's happening with the load time. With AppDynamics front-end and back-end correlation, you're able to see all the assets that are being downloaded and which business transactions are associated with specific pages. In this case, we see that there's a business transaction associated with how this page is being served. Looking at individual browser snapshots allows us to then further troubleshoot on poor experience for the user. We're able to see here that we have a very slow transaction. Let's dive in. We're able to see all of the different resources that were downloaded by the application, as well as where the longest took. In our summary, we can also see the business transaction that's associated with this specific snapshot for this page. We can then double-click and drill into the business transaction to see where the breakdown might have happened. We have a very slow user experience, and now we're able to identify within the backend where those problems are occurring. Using AppDynamics to provide that front to back-end correlation is critical for you to be able to manage your experiences across all of your users. One of the advantages of having the system monitor both the front end of the application as well as the back end is that when slowdowns or errors do occur, we can have additional context of how it affected the user and where they encountered the problem. As we look at this page, we can also look at it in the context of that user session. By viewing the user session, we can see exactly what pages that user visited before they encountered an error and whether or not they stayed or they exited the application. In our case, we can see every single one of the resources that were downloaded, as well as the associated snapshot of the business transaction where that slowdown occurred. Additionally, for these user sessions, we're able to capture device information such as browser, operating system type, and geolocation. AppDynamics also offers ways for you to instrument additional information for the user. So if you have a user that is a high-value customer or a separate loyalty type, you can then prioritize and work on those issues that are affecting that segment of your population, which has a greater impact on your overall business. In this demo, we have demonstrated how business transactions can be used to extract business outcome information and look at your business KPIs in the context of application performance. We have used both front-end and back-end monitoring to not only discover where paths in the user experience were slowing down, but also troubleshoot and see where the application issues were occurring. Now that we've seen the demo, we can all agree that in order to compete in this digital world, you have to be able to deliver your customers exceptional experiences from your digital platforms. We looked at how AppDynamics can give you end-to-end visibility from the front end to the back end, and how you can gain actionable insights through features such as the experience journey map and business correlation. Additionally, business correlation becomes ever more important as you manage your digital business. At the end, gaining alignment across biz DevOps will be critical for the success of many organizations. It allows you to be able to optimize your digital investments and report on your ROI from those digital investments.
So, what's next? We encourage you to watch Achieve Rapid Diagnostics with new AI-powered root cause analysis breakout session. Plus, discover more product information or request a demo and sign up for the beta program for Experience Journey Map if you're an AppDynamics customer at the link you see above.
We thank you for your time and hope you enjoy this session.
Thank you.